I very much remember the very first time that I saw Steve Lockhart making hair product. I mean, it's actually quite funny for me to think about it now because I doubt that even he knew the effect that it was having on me just watching him do that. I doubt that he realized how profound it was for me. You know, watching him do this, he makes it look so normal. He makes it look so effortless, you know, just watching him take these raw ingredients, these things that by themselves are so mundane, you know, just ordinary seeming stuff, waxes, oils, you know, butters, things like that. And he just takes them, he melts them down, and he transforms them into a product that I could then use to style with. I mean, it might sound cheesy as hell, but to me, watching it was magic. It just totally captivated me. Completely lit my brain on fire. I want to jump forward in time now from that first time that I got to meet Steve and see him brew to the second release of Nevermore. I don't think we ever imagined so many people would enjoy Nevermore. It's just crazy how many people still tell Steve and I both that they love that product. I remember actually talking about creating a sequel to Nevermore back during that release, though. I remember Steve and I and Tony and Jacob tossing around ideas for a second product. And I think that really stems from us feeling so inspired by what we had already made. You know, Steve, myself, Tony again, Tony from White Label, and Jacob, Star 7 Creative, who is the creative genius really behind our label designs. He's just fantastic. I think we were all just, again, really inspired by what we had already made and what we could possibly make in building off of that product. And it was really just a matter of jumping on the train and then just riding it all the way through. And then once we were on the train, obviously everyone on the team played their specific part too, and that is key to why this worked so well. We each had a job, and I think we all did it very well. And I think because of that, we created something very cool here. So really how this whole thing starts is also particularly cool for me because I actually made the first draft of the formula myself here at my home. I actually did it myself. It was crazy. It was really awesome that Steve had the faith in me to do that as well. But I took the formula that I made myself and I took it up to Steve's lab where he, of course, offered his input. He tweaked some things based on his knowledge and experience. He taught me a lot in the process as well. And then together we made something we call a sculpting cream. That's what we decided to call it. It's slick, it's sticky, it's not a clay. I'll tell you that. It's not a clay. It's not a matte paste either, but it does start with water. Yes, this is a water-based product, so water is the main ingredient. And so Steve is adding that into our pot here, and then we're gonna add in a little bit of shea butter, which we use to condition the hair just a bit as part of the nourishing system inside this formula. Next, we got our two oils, and for this one, we ran with both grapeseed oil and apricot kernel oil, which mostly is because both are lightweight, so they don't make the hair greasy, and they both moisturize the hair and scalp really well while also strengthening the hair follicle. Now Steve is going to start adding in the first of a couple emulsifiers, with the first being Cedarwood 20. After that, he is going to drop in some hydrogenated castor oil, which here for us acts as both a co-emulsifier and as an aid to getting the product out of your hair super easy. The next two are also emulsifiers as well. We got polysorbate 80 and some glycerol cocoate. Now it's time for your boy to take over and start adding in the waxes, with the first being beeswax and the second being microcrystalline wax. Of course, Steve was still close by and always willing to lend a hand if I needed it.
Next, we have our third and final wax, which is Candelilla wax. And in case you didn't notice by now, this formula's got a ton of wax in it. After that, it's off to the melters, and I'm going to speed things up here and just show you what happened after it all melted, which was actually pretty much my favorite part because I got to use that big friggin' blender. Now though, we do have something I think is super exciting, keratin, which for those that don't know is the name of the protein that's found naturally in hair strands, and when it's added to products like this, it basically assists in taming frizz and repairing hair that might be dry or damaged. We also think it makes the hair feel awesome, so we were really excited to add it into the formula. In this step, we also used a fixative that's made from sugar, which I think is really cool to help give it some extra hold and endurance. But then of course we added our preservative because no one wants or needs mold in their life. But then it's time to add in the scent, which yes, this is a different scent from both Nevermore and the Phantasm scent previously released by the Lockharts. This was custom made by Tony from White Label, and he did a great job. It smells really nice. It's almost one of those things that you kind of have to experience in person to get the full effect of, but I think he blew it straight out of the water. After that, we blend it one more time with those things added, and it's ready to pour.
This is the Phantasm Sculpting Cream, a high-holding, natural to low-shine styling product that both styles and replenishes the hair. Now I'm super excited to tell you that Phantasm will be released along with Nevermore separately, of course. I think we might also have a combo deal too, but that'll come later. Next Friday, May 10th, 2019 at the Lockhart's website, and once they release, they are here to stay. I know, I'm super excited for this too. Phantasm and Nevermore are not limiteds. They are full-time product offerings from the Lockhart's Apothecary. And on top of that, I have reached out to various reviewers too. Obviously, I can't review this myself, and they will begin posting their honest thoughts next week leading up to the big drop. And also, prior to the release, I will be releasing a video just demonstrating the product and trying to answer any questions that you guys may have before the product actually launches. Lastly though, I want to thank you guys all very much for your support for the Nevermore project and for hopefully your future support of Phantasm. I do think I speak for the entire team when I say we appreciate all of you guys that gives these products a chance, and we hope you love them as much as we loved making them.